Coming up to the stage next, we have another one of my graduating students. Please open your heart, give him your love. Ladies and gentlemen, Jonathan Springer!
Good evening.
Good evening.
So you may have noticed I look kind of like an adolescent Hagrid. After a lot of years, I've decided to embrace my physique's strongest attribute. I'm hairy. And it's hard being hairy because, you know, a lot of people, they pick on you in different ways. Like I was at a party over the weekend, and my wife got bored, and she turns to me and she says, "Get us out of here, Chewbacca!" Random people, they walk up to me on the street, and they look at me, and they're like, "What a long, strange beard it's been." Really, everyone thinks that this hair has to have some message, like I've got to be a hippie, or maybe I'm in a band, or at least I should have some good drugs on me, right? And you know, they're right, there is a message. The message is, I'm too lazy to shave or get a haircut. And I am the next evolutionary step of the chia pet. It's really hard because I shed like a dog, and my hairs, they get falsely accused. I cooked dinner the other night for my wife, and she's eating, and she turns to me and she says, "Why is there a pubic hair in my sauteed vegetables?" Beard hairs are not innocent until proven guilty. They are pubic until proven facial. So I believe that there's this vast, long, historical conspiracy against people with hair, and I blame Greco-Roman sculptors. How did these guys make thousands and thousands of sculptures and not manage to ever etch any hairs onto anywhere of the body, on these smooth, pale, white bodies? Are we really to believe that ancient Greek men and ancient Roman men, the ancestors of the Sopranos, had no chest hair? Are we really to believe that ancient Greek women, ancient Roman women, had no hair except the hair on top of their heads? Apparently they were all porn stars. Ancient Egyptians may have invented the pyramids, but ancient Greeks apparently invented laser hair removal. Frankly, I think, following on a theme of the night, that we deserve our own History Channel special. Really. Can't you picture it? Tonight, on the History Channel, The Conspiracy Against Hair, hosted by Chuck Norris. Sponsored by Miracle Grow. But really, God's on our side. Moses, hairy bearded dude. Jesus, hairy bearded dude. Joan of Arc, Frenchies don't shave. And then along comes Bin Laden, bringing shame and ruin upon we the hairy. So unfair. So glad we killed that hairy jackwagon. And I know it's been like a month, but I don't understand why Barack had to tell us that he killed Bin Laden. I'm happy and I'm proud of him for doing it, but why did he tell us? Because there's a group of people out there that would have been insulted and confused and lost when they didn't hear from Bin Laden if they didn't know he was dead. The terrorists. Imagine the conversations in little terror cells all around the world. "Muhammad, I don't know what to do. I'm worried." "Settle down, Farouk. You know, Osama's a busy guy." "But Muhammad, my family sent him our family recipe best pickled camel cubes, and he didn't even send a thank you note. It's not like him." You know, Farouk, he might be focusing on his poetry again. Poetry. Not again with his poetry. You see, they would have been confused. We could have had him with Barack. He's been in campaign mode lately. I get it. He's been updating his Facebook status from Suck It Trump to Bin Laden Killer. He threw up on the web his new campaign song, which is oddly reminiscent of John McCain in 2008. It's kind of weird. Maybe you've heard it already, seen it on the web. Bomb, 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 bomb Gaddafian. Send more troops to Afghanistan. And please vote for me in 012 stand. Bomb, 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 bomb Gaddafian. I get it. I get it. He's in campaign mode. But really, if we kept Bin Laden alive, there were so many more possibilities. We could have had Bin Laden reality TV. We could have let family members of terrorist victims every week torture him in a different way. It would be great. The ratings would have gone through the roof. Next week, it's the Robinsons family turn to torture Bin Laden. Text your choice for how to torture him. Text WB for waterboarding. Text ZP to zap him with high voltage electric current. Text UA to urinate on him after eating asparagus. We better get to do this with Al-Zawahiri, I tell you. We better. Because the media needs it. The media really needs it. They've been lost. Between the deaths of Michael Jackson and Bin Laden, they were lost. They were desperate. They didn't know what to do with themselves. You can tell because the whole birther thing went out of control for a month. They were all over this birther thing, which made tons of sense, right? The birther thing made sense because, you know, when Barack was running for president, George W. Bush was president. So that means that a vast right-wing conspiracy led by George W. Bush allowed a half-white, half-black, half-Christian, half-Muslim liberal to illegally run for the White House. That made sense, right? We needed like a month on that story. Right? So, but Bin Laden, he's got the media's back. He understands they have celebrity needs, and he's like any other politician, willing to kill to get reelected. But is it really unfair of me to compare Bin Laden's death to Michael Jackson's death? Is that unfair? Let's see. They both dominated the news when they died. That's a given. Fine. They were both reclusive billionaires. One lived in a compound called Neverland. One lived in a compound that was never found, right under our noses. Both of them had deaths that resulted in millions of people dancing in the streets to celebrate their deaths. One of them trained young boys to go blow themselves up. One of them trained young boys to blow bubbles. Which brings me back, anyway, to hair, you know, because Bin Laden, he always had the same hair going on, but Michael Jackson, he was always changing his hair. So there's a difference. But hair is not just about what's on your face and on your head. Like, I had this girlfriend once, she had tattoos all over her body, and like, I wanted to compete and impress her somehow, and I was really into crop circles at the time. So I went to get my back waxed, and I had my little crop circle magazine, and the waxing lady came in, and I said to her, hey, can you wax this pattern into my back? Crop circle pattern into the back. Thank you all, you've been a great audience.